Welcome to this explainer. I am so pumped you're here today because we're tackling a topic that literally everyone has agonized over at some point. We're talking about digital attraction. You know that totally stomach-dropping frustration of staring as those little gray typing bubbles appear, disappear, and then bam, you're waiting hours for a text back? The endless wondering of what on earth you said wrong? Well, today, we're going to decode exactly why that happens and show you how to take total control of your digital communication.
Why did she leave you on read? Ouch. It is a painful scenario, isn't it? But today, we're not just validating that pain, we're actually going to fix it. We're going to reveal 5 massive texting mistakes you are likely making right now. And more importantly, we're going to break down the underlying psychology you need to keep someone genuinely hooked on talking to you. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We're breaking down 5 specific mistakes. 1. Stop being too available. 2. Ditching the interview mode. 3. Building trust and connection. 4. The Benjamin Franklin effect. And 5. Escaping the friend zone. Let's get right to it.
Mistake number 1. Stop being too available. Psychologically speaking, this ties directly into a concept called intermittent reinforcement. See, when you're overly available, you are biologically killing the other person's attraction and curiosity towards you. It's kind of like, imagine someone sells you a book containing the ultimate secrets of life. You eagerly crack it open, but the pages are completely blank. You'd feel totally scammed, right? Well, that is exactly what it feels like if you try to project yourself as this fascinating person, but your constant digital availability reveals that you just have a totally boring life behind the screen. Think about it. If you're replying within 3 seconds to every single text she sends, you're subconsciously signaling that you have absolutely nothing else going on. You're just sitting there staring at your phone. Instant replies completely nuke the dopamine anticipation that actually builds attraction in the brain. In the context of our analogy, you are the empty book.
So the fix here is building a life filled with genuine passions, whether that's programming, riding motorcycles, reading a great book, or hitting the gym. When you're truly busy building your own reality, you simply won't be desperately waiting by your phone for a notification. Having that kind of genuine independence naturally makes you infinitely more attractive.
Moving on to mistake number 2, ditching the interview mode.
So many guys ruin their chances by firing off rapid-fire questions like a bad job interviewer. You know the type. How was work? Immediately followed by, what are you doing now? When you stack questions on top of questions like that, it makes the listener incredibly uncomfortable. The correct method here is to add a personal comment about how you feel before asking the next question. So if she tells you she had a long day at her job as a teacher, instead of just rapid-firing another question, you say, I've always wanted to be a teacher. There's just something so fulfilling about inspiring others. This completely changes the dynamic. It naturally creates a significantly deeper conversation rather than feeling like a sterile interrogation.
Mistake number 3, failing to build trust and connection. And this brilliantly illustrates our next point. We have to remember that human beings have a biological instinct to be wary of new people. We don't just hand out our trust right away. If your texts are always just basic small talk, she is never going to feel a real, deep connection with you. The psychological hack here to bypass that wariness is mutual self-disclosure. Basically, be the first to tell a secret. Text her something personal that not very many people know about you, or maybe even something slightly embarrassing. By doing this, you prove that you trust her enough to make yourself vulnerable. When you open that door, human psychology kicks in, and she'll feel compelled to reciprocate in the exact same fashion, which opens the door for real, genuine trust.
This brings us to mistake number 4, which involves ignoring an incredibly powerful psychological tool, the Benjamin Franklin effect.
The Benjamin Franklin effect is a psychological trick where asking someone to do a small favor subconsciously tricks their brain into liking you more. The science behind this all boils down to cognitive dissonance. Our brains are constantly trying to rationalize our actions, right? So our brains assume, well, since I'm taking the time to do something to help this person, I must actually like them. It's wild, but it works.
To actively apply this, step 1, you have to stop showering her with endless compliments over text. Seriously, stop trying so hard to win her over with constant praise. Instead, step 2, flip the script and ask for her time. Text her and ask for a recommendation on a good book to read or ask for her advice on a problem you're having. When she invests her time into helping you out, her subconscious attraction to you naturally levels up. And finally, mistake number 5, escaping the friend zone.
Listen, there is a massive difference between being friendly and being friend-zoned. It is totally acceptable to be friendly. Sending a good morning text or doing little things to make her smile is great.
In fact, by doing those things, you're practically halfway to dating her already. But if you are trapped in an endless loop of texting pleasantries for months and months without ever making a real move, man, that is a guaranteed one-way ticket straight to the friend zone.
The crucial point is confidently making your intentions known. Yes, it risks rejection. And yeah, that fear is exactly why so many people hesitate. But the ultimate move is to tell her exactly what you want, that you want her for the rest of your life. You absolutely have to break the digital barrier and transition the dynamic from this endless texting loop into actually hanging out in person. You've got to make the move.
Ultimately, execution is everything. You can lay in bed at night, overanalyzing your texts and staring at the ceiling, wondering if she likes you back for hours on end. But unless you actually go out and do something, you will never get to where you want to be. Stop overthinking your texts. Put the phone down. Go build your life. So, knowing all the psychology we just covered, what is the very next real-world move you're going to make the second this explainer ends?